Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Esther on Esther's Orchids. Today I'm going to do a video about a big Zygopetalum that I purchased. So this came from the South Island of New Zealand and took approximately 2 or 3 days to get here, which is pretty good. It was superbly boxed up. It was in a plastic bag for the roots and had newspaper around it. A lot of the bark had actually been taken off there. Had a massive roots, but of course I've had a hack at it so that I can repot. So just as a little bit of background, the only Zygo I have is this little baby here. So I got this one on Trade Me, and it came in like its pseudo bulbs were really quite shriveled, and it was in a reasonably small pot. I wanted to see what the roots looked like, so I took it out, I repotted it. It's in a mix of bark chips, smaller bark chips that I'm going to use for 3 of the pots, or 2 of the pots at least, and sphagnum moss and perlite, and it's been growing for about the last maybe 5 months, and it's happy. But when you see that in comparison to the size of the new one that I've got today, you will see why it's a repotting project, and I divide it up and keep going. So that's my original one. I'll get these out of the way. So what I've already done is got a really good sharp knife, and I tried gently teasing bulbs apart, but that didn't work. There were so many bulbs and so many roots. In the end, I got a knife. Now, Zygopetalums, from what I know, are sort of notoriously tricky for not liking to be repotted. So in all honesty, I do not know how dividing this is going to go. However, what I see myself with is 2 big plants. And some of these have got a bit damaged in transport, but so we have this nice big root system here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back bulbs. 1, 2, 3, and a new growth with, oh no, maybe 2, and 2 new growths without bulbs yet. So I'm going to take off all of the sheaths and all of the bits that might get rot or mold in them, and I'm going to do the 2 bigger pots just completely in bark. So there's my next one there with its roots, but as you can see, I've had to chop quite a few of those roots around there. So, but they're stacked up in several layers. So I'll be trying to place that so that the new growths, 2 new growths there, can come forward in the pot. And that will just go in bark chips. And this one here has 3 back bulbs, a good one with leaves, and a new growth that has already flowered. So that's going to be my 3rd one, but again I've had to cut rhizomes, so I'll be sticking a bit of cinnamon just on these rhizomes here where I've cut them to try and stop anything from rotting. I don't want my back bulbs rotting. And yeah, we'll have to, that one's definitely going to be a little bit further down in the bark than these ones. So we'll have to try and get them on a little bit of a lean. So that will be pot 3. In my smaller bark chip mix, I will be doing these 2 pots here. So this one already has a new growth, and that one should be fine. These bits here, however, may not be quite as easy to get going. So that one there has some bits of root, but I don't know how good they are. And the second one has like even less root. This one here is already a bit stringy, so don't know how that will go. But I've tried with other bulbs, pseudo bulbs of other plants, not a Zygo though. It was a Oncidium type that I tried. So these ones, yeah, we'll give them a go. You never know what happens. The smaller bark, and definitely they will go in perlite and sphagnum moss mix that I've got here. So I've pre-mixed that already with some of this one here that is KLM rooting concentrate. So, and these will all get this for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks for the bigger ones, and for however long the other ones need it if I feel that they are actually growing. So I'm not going to pot up on camera. That's just too long and too boring, so I'll pot and then I'll come back and I will show you the finished products.